had told David about this, and I had been telling a lot of people, you know, hey, we need to start talking about Facebook ads because this is the next level for people, and we really got to share this with people. So this is by me. Now, how many of you guys, by the way, real quick, just hopping on this training, you might be thinking, how do I set up the right parameters, the right objectives, and how do I make captivating ads that will draw in my ideal client? Comment yes. Okay. Now, my other question is, like, you probably thought this, right? How do I target the right people on Facebook who are ready to buy what I'm selling? Comment yes, so I know that you're here and I'm not just talking to myself. Brian said yes. Sam said yes. I thought it was going to be Taquaizo. Liberty said yes. Okay, great. Okay. You probably thought this. How do I know whether or not my ads are working? That's one of the biggest stresses that I used to think myself. How do I know what's working or what's not, right? How much should I spend on Facebook before I kill the ads? That's one of the big important things. You might be thinking like, okay, well, I spent $100. How do I know that I'm spending it the right way, right? How many of you might be thinking that? How much should I spend to make sure I'm seeing an ROI? You might be thinking that as well. And you might also be thinking, how do I know if my ads will work before I start them? This is the one question I get more than anything else. Hey, Daniel, how do I know if my ads will work? Can you take a look at them? Tell me if they'll work, right? Truth is, it's not your fault, okay? You've seen companies spend tons of money on brand marketing, but they have huge budgets, okay? And they don't know what's going on a day-to-day. You guys, you've been told, or not told, but sold on the idea that, you know, that you have to do like the Walmart type brand marketing. But the truth is that we're smaller. We're smaller. We have to get more elusive. We have to be more leaner than the marketing budgets of Walmart or Amazon. We can't just be like them and put them on a TV or a billboard or, you know, everywhere. We can't be everywhere all at the same time right now. So our new way is through Facebook, right? You've probably been told, well, you need to get likes on your page. Totally not true. You've been told you have to post all the time and create a bunch of content. Totally not true. Okay. You've been told you need a fancy website. Completely not true. No one taught you how to create ads that can actually work for your unique market. Okay. They all do this like very generic type information sessions with Facebook. I know it because I've taken them all. Okay. Other Facebook, like I said, have done very generic stuff. And everyone's just talking about, you know, stuff that they probably don't know, probably have like a good little grasp over the top of it, but don't really know the nuts and bolts of how these things actually work in this new exciting place in the marketing world. So now let me ask you a question. What if at the end of this, you can say, I know exactly what I need to do to create ads that will actually work. Okay. I know exactly how much it's going to cost me to get a customer. And let me mute whoever's on, whoever hopped on and maybe you. Can you mute yourself, whoever's on? All right. So where was I? Okay. What if you can finally say, I have the exact blueprint to create or recreate ads that will help me go faster in my business, or I don't have a marketing budget. That's one of the things that I like. Once you understand these things, saying you don't have a marketing budget, that's what you'll be able to understand at the end of this. Okay. So like I said, my goal is to show you exactly how to create a Facebook ad from start to finish and with specific key indicators to predict success or failure before dumping all your money in it or saying, this Facebook crap doesn't work. Cool. Is that cool with everybody? That's my goal for you guys. Is that cool if I give that to you guys? Let me know in the chat. Since I have a dual monitor, it's really hard for me to see. So I have to like kind of go back and forth on the chat. So, all right. Absolutely. Yes. All right. Crazy.
The video's off.
Yeah.
Whoever is on again, can you mute yourself? There you go. Yep. So just, okay, cool. So, all right. Before we get started, I want you to make sure that you can set aside at least 60 minutes of uninterrupted time for this meeting. I want you to stop all distractions. I need you to take copious notes because this is one of those trainings where you're going to sit, but what I'm going to cover right now isn't something that you're going to just be like, dang, man, like, woo, you know, it's going to be something you're going to have to kind of come back to and look at over and over and over again because it's something that's very, I'm not going to say it's like very hard to understand, but it's more in the trenches than what these like storytellers do. I'm not going to do all that storytelling stuff that helps you get new beliefs and all that crazy stuff. I'm going to give you actionable things that you can do right now. So it's going to be a little less exciting. Okay. Who's cool with that? Are you okay with just giving action stuff to say, all right, let's do this instead of giving you a whole bunch of stories? And lastly, I want you to save all your questions for the end so that I can address everything beforehand. And if you have questions at the end of it, I can address them. Okay. I wrote down all the questions you guys gave me, which is amazing. Okay. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, who are you, right? So I'm going to give you a little brief backstory of myself. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to go into like a whole bunch of details about myself, right? But I've been advertising on Facebook since early 2015. I did it back when there wasn't even like, you had to create your own websites and stuff. It was weird on Facebook. And it was back in the day when it was back, actually, I think it was one of the earliest Facebook ads processes back in 2015. Okay. I think 2014, they rolled it out, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been advertising since 2015. So I've seen Facebook change dramatically. In fact, it changed 2 days ago. And so it changes so much. So principles are very, very important to me. Okay. I've been able to crack the code for creating profitable Facebook ads that actually work. And I've been able to hang out with some pretty insightful people that have allowed me to see behind the scenes of their fast growing companies because of the things that I've been able to achieve with Facebook ads. I've been able to hang out with some pretty unique characters and pretty highly successful people in this online market. For example, there's David right there, David Perez. David has 2 multi-million-dollar companies, and he's just an amazing guy. Like, so when he told me about Facebook ads and him doing it, I came in and, he didn't think that, it could work for him. But as soon as we started deploying like these new strategies, it was like almost instantaneous. We started to see the results that were like, we knew without a shadow of a doubt that things were going to work. Right. And right here, this is me with a girl named Lady Boss. I went to meet her at this funnel hacking live place. I put it right here. This year in 2019, she was number 4. Her company was number 4 on the Inc. 5000, the most successful companies in America. Crazy, right? And to think her company is only 3 years old. Crazy. I thought so too. But like I said, I'm nothing special. I'm just like you. I've had ad accounts shut down. I've had likes but no sales. I've gotten bad leads. I've gotten bought in courses that sucked. And that's why I'm here today to show you only what's working right now. Some of you guys might know this guy right here, Jared Glant. If you know anything about Grant Cardone, you probably know this dude right here. This girl right here is Layla Hormozi. Her and her husband run one of the biggest companies for gyms. Gym Launch, their company last year did $50 million in sales. So they're pretty big. Now you're probably asking yourself this too. Does this actually work? Okay. So David right here just put, I made over 100K last year with the system. Perfect, right? George said, I spent 150, made 350 in 4 days. Okay. Raul, I think Raul, if I'm not mistaken, he came, he had asked me about it, and in, I think it was like 2 weeks or something, he went from making 10K a month to 10K a week. And he hasn't slowed down since, if you guys know Raul. This right here, these are just numbers. Like I said, I'll put these in here. I don't want to go into deep detail into these things right now. I'm going to go at the end. But yeah, this is just to show you that this actually works. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, why Facebook? Why not any other platform? Well, currently on Facebook, there's over 2 billion people scrolling on Facebook every single day. What's even cooler is that if you don't have an audience you want to reach, you can do it with Facebook. Facebook knows more about you than you know about you. How many of you guys have ever searched something on Google and then you scroll on Facebook and then you see a new ad? Or like, I think it was like the other day I was talking about getting a Toyota Tundra, and then a Toyota Tundra pops up into my Facebook ads, and I'm like, what the heck? I wonder if Facebook's actually listening to my voice conversation. It's really weird when that happens. How many of you guys actually has that happened to you? I want to know. Like, this is like all the time. Kaylin. Yeah, Kaylin. Poland. Yeah, she's cool. She's a cool girl. Her and her husband are awesome. Yeah, Brian's like all the time. Aaron's like all the time. Yep. So Facebook knows more about you and your customers than you do. So for someone to say, well, Facebook doesn't work for my business, they just haven't learned what I'm going to teach you today. Let's be honest. Okay. So soon it will develop foresight. Yeah, it's gonna see into the future like X-Men. Like I said, who's this for? I want to first let you guys know who this is for and who it's not for. It's for people who are looking to get an in-depth training on the inner workings of Facebook ads. I forgot to put ads. It's for people actually looking to generate income from Facebook and have a process to do so. People who actually want real training and not just generic stuff. People who have a product or service they're currently selling. This is very important. On Facebook, I'm not going to save your business, but you can definitely scale it really fast. If you are selling something, you can go super fast with Facebook. Okay. If you want to do it more consistently and take it to the next level fast, this is for you. Okay. This is not for you if you're just looking to judge based on the way the material is presented in this place, because you'll find out very quickly I'm not very good at design or words. I probably do a hopscotch through the alphabet a couple times throughout this presentation. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm picking up, what I'm putting down. This isn't for people who aren't open to new ideas. It's not for people who are just looking to spend money on Facebook. Okay, aren't looking to spend money. You have to be willing to spend money on Facebook. Okay, people who judge by looks and not by results. People who have yet to validate their offers, their sales process, or unique selling points. If you haven't, mastered these three things, it's going to be very, 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 very hard to turn $1 on Facebook for you. This is why, if you guys are here, you probably already validated the idea that your offer works, right? You just probably don't know the sales process, or you don't know your unique selling position. So I'm going to give you guys ideas and insights for Facebook specifically, not in marketing in general, but I'm going to give you guys specifics for Facebook so you guys can go and deploy right now. Okay. These are the top 3 things you must have right now for your product or service to sell with Facebook. Okay. Number 1, you must have an offer. Okay. You might want to be taking notes already. This is the notes all the time. Creepy. This is the notes. This is where we're going to get real into the weeds of, content. So if you guys take notes, take some copious notes here. Okay. I'm not going to tell you guys stories to break beliefs to make you remember. You're going to watch this thing and rewatch it. Okay. That's what my hope is for you guys, to go back and be like, oh, this is what to do. This is what to do next. Okay. Number 1, you need an offer, and you must know without a shadow of a doubt that what you have, people want to buy. Okay. And it must be validated with a credit card. Okay. I could jump up and down and say, dude, everybody wants Facebook. But if you guys hadn't given me $1, I wouldn't have done this for you. Fair enough, right? I validated it with a credit card, which is what you need to do for your business, okay? Because you like something or product or service, that's only the beginning. You have to validate it with money, okay? Now, how do you know if your offer will sell? Very simple. Ask a few people that are potential buyers, right? See if they can use your product and see if they buy it. If they don't, then you probably shouldn't sell it and go find something else to sell. Don't get too emotional about these things. Just don't sell it, sell something else. Very simple. Okay. Number 2, you must have a strategy. Okay. You have to have like some type of idea as to what you want from Facebook before going into it. You can't just put something on Facebook and be like, oh, well, this looks nice. I'm going to make people go look at it. That's not a strategy. That's hope marketing. And my hope for you guys is by the end of this training, you'll say, dang, okay, well, the way I was doing it wasn't necessarily wrong. I just didn't know, right? That's what I want. You're not wrong. You just didn't know. In most cases, we just don't know, right? That's my job to teach you. So you must have a strategy. Okay. So what happens after Facebook? Okay. You have to know the process your customer is going to take to you and what they're going to do every step of the way. Okay. You must follow a strategy of how you're going to get your message out to the marketplace. Now, don't worry about this part because I'm going to share with you a strategy that works for every single one of y'all's businesses because I've already asked you guys. So don't even worry about that. Number 3, you need a sales system. This is very, very important. Okay. For you to duplicate yourself or to turn yourself into a money-making machine, you must know the road that someone takes to get to you, and you have to pave the way as clear as possible, okay? You have to, I'll show you ours. It's very simple. It's not a very hard thing. The sales systems shouldn't be so hard. Literally, none of this is hard, honestly. Once I show you guys how it is, you're going to be like, wow, This is like, finding keys in my back pocket. Literally, that's how easy it becomes. And then I'm gonna show you a way to take it even easier. So you're like, damn, like, why did I make this hard my whole life? That's my hope for you. Now, we're gonna get into it, okay? How to set the right objectives, parameters, and targeting on Facebook. Who's ready for this one? How to set the right objectives, right? Some of you guys asked, what are the right objectives, right? What are the parameters for this thing? And how do I target on Facebook so I know that people are ready to buy? Brian's like, yeah. All right. So, number one, offer determines the objective. Okay. What does that mean? What your offer or what your strategy is going to determine the objective that you are going to pick on Facebook. What's even better for you guys, I already did this for you, which is great that you're on here. You guys are action takers. Everybody that has to come in after, they're not going to get the live training. So they're not going to know what, they're going to know, but they're not going to get this really insightful training for themselves. Okay. So the offer determines the objective. Okay. So if you are trying to get awareness to your product, that's totally different than if you're trying to get a lead. And 99% of you on this training, in fact, 100% of you on this training should be trying to get leads, not trying to get awareness. That is not going to run your business. Leads, sales, marketing, sales. Those run your business, not awareness. Awareness is not going to make you money. As much as people have told you or kind of put a shiny object in front of you, it doesn't make money. Leads, appointments, sales drive your business. Okay. So this is your sales process. This is your strategy for 99% of you on this training. In fact, 100% of you on this training, this is your process. Okay. This is your process. And some of you are visual learners. So I want you to draw a little box, draw 4 little boxes, one leading to the next. Okay. Someone becomes aware of your product or service. This could have been a referral, an ad, word of mouth. That's awareness, right? That's the first part of it. Then that lead graduates to becoming a lead. Then that awareness becomes a lead, which means they give you information, or you guys exchange business cards, or they clicked on your ad on Facebook or something, right? That's when they become a lead. Then they set an appointment. Hey, come on in on this date. Let's meet this day. Let's do this. Set something in solid tones or solid frames so you guys can have something to do. Okay. Then you close it or you follow up. They give you money or they didn't. It's a very simple process. Okay. Look at what I did on Facebook today or for this training. You guys weren't aware of me. I made you aware of me. You became a lead. Guess what? I sent you a message, right? We set an appointment, which is our training today. And I followed up with you like a monster. Didn't I? Some of y'all had to, talk to you a little bit more, but aren't you glad you're on here today? If I didn't do that, I would be stealing from you. Okay. So because I know that this is y'all's process right here, I'm going to give you the exact objectives you need to use on Facebook. Is that cool? I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do on Facebook. Don't worry about anything else besides these things that I'm going to give you right now. Okay. So very cool. Yeah. So step number 1, I'm not going to do this part right here because it's just a bunch of pictures. I want you guys to go through this on your own time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go do it like live. Like I'm going to go create it all the way to at least the targeting. And we're going to do all the targeting from step by step. And I'm not going to skip any steps for you. You can go back and look at this training and go through the pictures so you can check it out. Is that cool? Can I show that with you guys? Can I take you guys through the live, my Facebook live? Yeah, cool. Please. All right, great. Okay, so go through this on your own time, but let's go through the train. Let's go through at least setting up to the objective, the parameters, and the targeting on Facebook. And then I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. Okay? Cool. Great. Not now. I've never used Bing as a browser. Okay, so you go on Facebook. This is how your Facebook looks, right? This is one of my pages, like 2,000 views. You click on this little drop down arrow right here on the right, and it's going to say manage ads. Okay. You might say create ad. It might say create ad or manage ads, right? Now, I asked in the beginning who has a business manager. This one of my ad accounts, I haven't spent any money on it because it's my personal one, and this is out of the scope of this. This is off the scope of this training, but I highly suggest you go get a business manager. But for this training specifically, I'm going to show you guys what you're doing right now so you can see exactly how to do it, right? So we're going to go to one of my accounts right here. We're going to click on this, and it's Daniel Tapia. Okay. And that's your ad account ID. So it's loading. Shouldn't take too long. Like I said, guys, this is not one of those exciting, you're going to get change beliefs, your beliefs are going to melt. No, it's going to be like, this is what to do. Like now, this is what to do, what works today. Okay. So we went in here. This is what it's going to look like. Okay. It's going to look like this. It's going to look all weird and messy. What you're going to do. Okay. You're going to go to create. Go to create. It's going to ask for weird stuff here, special category, whatever. Don't worry about any of that. You can switch to quick creation. I suggest you use it like this because quick creation is kind of real mess. It's real like weird to mess with. This gives you like an in-depth, like you can click on it and go to it. So if it says quick creation, you'll see, I'm going to show you quick creation so you can see how it looks. And then I'm going to take you out of there because I don't want you to use quick creation yet. Use guided creation. Guided creation right now. See, it says switch to guided creation. And don't worry, I put it in the pictures here so you can, I put it in the pictures here. Right here, I put in the pictures so you can see exactly what it looks like, even after. Okay, so what's your marketing objective? Okay, your marketing objective, everybody on this training right now, okay, your job is lead, appointment, sale, right? Whether you're selling a product or service or anything, you're probably going to do it maybe either over the phone or in person, right? So your objective should be lead gen, okay? Because you haven't learned about how to create websites, how to create retargeting campaigns, all that stuff, I'm not going to tell you. If I was to do that in another training, we would talk about conversions. But today, your one thing is lead generation. That's it. You click on that little thing. You create a name. We're just going to put test. Is everybody following me right now? Test creation, right? Test. Okay, cool. For now, we're not going to click any of these. I'm really a big fan of campaign budget optimization, but this is very high level training. Okay. Yes. All right. So you've selected the objective, right? We're there. Next, you want to create the ad set name. This is where you set the parameters. Now, when people ask me before I did the training, how much should my budget be? What should my targeting be? What should I spend per day? Like, what are those things, right? That's where this comes in, right? You're going to put, and when I label a name, I like to create it. What about split? Don't do split yet. Not yet. Great question, but don't do it yet. Just do one ad complete and then you can duplicate it. I'll show you what I mean, but just so everybody's clear, I want to go back real quick. Okay, don't do split test. I've tried it. I didn't like it. Don't do this one. Don't do this one. Okay, don't do either of them. Just create it from scratch, just like this. We're creating just one. Okay, you need to make your first one before you learn how to make 30 or 40. The reason why mine takes forever is because I probably have like 1,000 different ads in there. Probably way more than that, actually. Ad set name, you would just put whatever I'm going to target. So I'm going to put, hang on, I'm getting kickback. Okay, you guys with me? I'm going to stop my video real quick. All right, so the name that I create is going to be the targeting that I'm going to create. So it'd probably be San Benito, right? San Ben, 15 mile, 30 plus, male, female. Okay, very simple, right? Very simple. Okay, we're going to select the Facebook page. If you don't have a Facebook page, you just go and create one. It's not very hard. We're not going to make one right now. Just follow the process. I would suggest you either use, actually, let's not diverge into that. But let's assume you have a Facebook page. Okay, we're going to click on whatever page. It doesn't matter. Right now, we're going to use Sempre Tax. Doesn't matter. Then you're going to go down. This is where you guys create the targeting, right? For most of you guys, you're targeting something local around you. And I have some very specific guidelines for local targeting. So you guys can go back and look at that. But what I'm going to do right now, custom audiences, don't worry about that right now. That's for more like, probably for like scaling ads and stuff like that. That might be for later training. But for what you guys want, what you want to do is San Benito, right? You just target your area and have it within a driving distance. So people will drive 15 minutes to get to my store if I have something good, right? Anything more, I highly doubt someone will show up. Okay? You can even get very specific on the targeting and put a zip code. So if you guys know some expensive zip codes in your area, I would put that, like 78586, you know? I don't know where the heck that is, but you see, so it targets specific zip codes. If you want to just target zip codes, you can definitely do that. Look at the reach right now. It says 220,000 people potential. Anything above 100,000 in the local area is very good in my book because it becomes cheaper as the audience gets bigger. Okay. Now, just stay with me there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one there. The age, you should know your customer. So I just know customers typically range from like 60 to like, 30 to like 50, 60 years old. Typically have money. Anything above or anything below is kind of outlier. Like they're kind of like special. And I don't want to work on special people. I want to work on normal human beings that I can predict. People that are special, I can't really predict them. So I suggest you try to do the same. Don't try to rely on special type of people. Just know the human beings that you're working with and then just target them. Okay. In the local audience, I don't even put a targeting. Kind of crazy, right? I don't even put targeting at all. Like literally no targeting. Isn't that crazy? Everybody's like, you got to target. Nope. Don't put any targeting. I don't change any placements and just leave it. Now here's where the budget comes in. What I suggest is starting at $10 a day. Okay. Daily budget, $10 a day. Don't click on lifetime budget. You guys I'm not going to teach you how to do lifetime and manual bidding and any of that stuff. What I suggest starting at $10 a day. And I'm going to explain to you why I say $10. Okay. We're going to continue. I know it says you might get 0 leads. That's totally fine. Okay. So far we have done exactly what I talked about. Creating the right objective. Now you know what the objective is. You know what the parameters need to be. And you know what the targeting needs to be on Facebook. Okay. At the end, we'll talk about specifics. But for the most part, if you're in a local area and you want people to come and meet with you, you already got it done. It's done. Literally the parts, that part is all done. You're already done. Okay. Now, again, my rules to follow when targeting locally: go broad. Do not get specific on your targeting. Leave the targeting option open. Target less than 15-mile radius. Create at least 5 different ad sets. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to that right now. Spend at least $10 a day on each ad set. That will equal about $50 a day. Okay. 5 times 10 equals 50. Everything clear as mud? Everybody okay with me on that math? Don't want it to be very hard to understand, but 1 ad set, $10, 2 ad set, $20, so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. Don't make any decisions until day 4. This is the Facebook rule for optimization. Okay. Don't make any decisions, even if you're losing money. Okay. So at the end of this, you either will learn about your audience for $200 or you don't do it at all, right? Very simple.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mute real quick. Any questions, write them down so I can address them at the end. I want to make sure I get through it. So if you do have any questions, I can answer them before you ask them, and I don't have to get away from the presentation. Target age groups that have money. It's very important. Okay. Target age groups. If you guys are unmuting yourself, please don't unmute yet. Target age groups that have money. Post it in the chat if you have any questions, please. Be willing to change your offer at will. What I mean by that is don't get too emotional about your offer. Like if you think it's great, but only if people give you money is it great. That's the only thing that makes your advertising great. If people are willing to spend money with you, do whatever you ask them to do, then it's great. Otherwise, your opinion doesn't matter. Very simple. I like rules. I like things that are not, how do you say this? Like, I don't like things that can, like quicksand. I don't like things that change with time. I like things that are very principle oriented. And these are principles. Okay. These are principles. Now, you know the targeting, you know the parameters, you know the budget. Okay. 5 different ad sets, $10 a day on each ad set. Again, ad set, parameter equals the same thing. Okay. That's where you create the targeting and so on and so forth. And then we're going to go into creating the ad itself. Very simple, right? The ad itself is probably the hardest part. And this is why I say go broad, because you want to let your ad do all the heavy lifting. You want to let the advertisement that you're putting on Facebook do all the heavy lifting for your targeting, to address the right people, to repel the wrong people, to get all the good things coming to you and all the bad things going away from you. That's what you want your ad to do. Okay. So on Facebook, there are 4 components of every single ad. Number 1, the headline. Number 2, the photo or the video. Okay. Number 3, and I think one of the most important things, is the ad copy, the words that you use, the message that you're relaying. And last, the call to action. Some of y'all don't even have a call to action. If I go to your website right now, probably going to have a hard time finding out how to buy from you. That's not what you want. You have to be very, very clear about what you want from people. Okay. This is one of the big problems I see with a lot of people, is that they don't have like click here to buy, or it's not very apparent. It's very hard to find. So just change that, and I promise you your conversions will increase dramatically. Okay. So we're going to break down 4 of these things. Is that cool? And so I want to just kind of take a quick little step back real quick, because I know I'm going real like step by step by step, and I want to make sure you guys are kind of catching everything. Is everybody okay here right now? Say yes, comment yes, so that we're good. Okay, yes, it's all making sense. Cool, yes, Jay Lozano. Marco, cool. Marco. Sam, Karen, yes, okay, great. Like I said, I'm doing my best to just make it as simple, as easy as possible. It's literally like headline, photo, ad, call to action, right? And you guys will get this, so don't even worry about it. Okay, so let's break this down. Creating the headline. Number 1, well, you know, the best way to create a headline is to use a headline that already works, right? Why would you go and try to figure out your own unique spin to things when you already know, right? And I give you the top performing headlines so you can go check them out for yourself. You can just go download them, put your own business in there. Look at that. Boom. There you go. Here are 19 different ones. Use whichever one, and use whichever one you feel most comfortable with your business. How to triple your sales in 17 days without picking up a phone. Very intriguing. 7 quick tips to losing 5 pounds of fat. I would put a date. The fastest way to stop your dog from excessive barking. Very simple things, you know, very easy frameworks to follow. And you guys get that? So here's what's very important that you have to know. 80% of your marketing dollars will be spent on the headline. So it's very important that you guys understand how to write a good headline. Above all else, write a good headline, hook, story, offer. Hook them to the story that you're going to tell or the context you're going to give. Tell the context or tell why they're there, and then close them off, give them an offer. Very simple, right? It's not very hard. Hook, headline, story, right? Add copy, and then close. Add copy, photo, or kind of like the story in the context. And then the close is the call to action, right? Very simple. Number two for creating the ad. You either choose an image or a video. Okay. For you guys, I would say do an image right now. Okay. Because image, if you can make it more intriguing, then the more intriguing it is, the more likely people are going to click on it. I was on a call with David earlier, and he was like, dude, this guy like said he's getting like 20,000 leads, and I end up showing up to this call and he's selling me something I didn't want. And I was like, I know, dude, but understand what he just did. He hooked you. He hooked you into seeing what he had to offer. That's the most important part, is hooking you. If you throw out a bait into the water where there's no fish at, well, there's not going to be any, anything to get, right? So you have to go where the fish are at and then throw the right bait for the fish. So he knew it. He knew a bait that David wanted. So David bit, but it was the wrong food that he had, right? So to speak. I'm just taking it to realistic world. For example, if I am selling weight loss, I'm not going to be showing a picture of a wedding ring or roses, right? I was using roses because I know someone sells roses in here. Example number 2, if I'm selling a boutique of roses, right, I won't be showing a skinny girl. It gives the wrong message. It's called the cognitive dissonance, the bias of cognitive dissonance. It's taken away from the thought process that people are having. Here's some keys to remember about photos on Facebook. Make them relatable, nothing too professional. If they are too professional, you won't even click on them. Why would you think anybody else will? If you won't click on them, why would anybody else? Some good keys to remember on pictures. Families do amazing. Babies do amazing. And dogs do amazing. I don't know why that is. I guess it's like just one of those things where people can see themselves in the picture, or a future in themselves. I don't know why it is. Don't try to figure it out. Just use what's working, right? Nothing too professional. Your headshots definitely comes off as like an advertisement, and people know what advertisements look like. So you have to make it not look like an advertisement, but make it an advertisement. That's why I love marketing so much, because it's so awesome like that. Make sure your picture is high quality though, not high professionality or whatever, but high quality. What I mean by that, it can't be like all messed up or look like weird pixels and stuff. It has to be very nice quality, right? So if you want to get some good, easy pictures that you don't have already, because I know some of you probably be thinking like, ooh, where am I going to get a nice picture? Where am I going to get a nice photo? Perfect. I'm glad you asked, because you can get some free ones at Pixabay. I put a link here. Pixels, right? I put a link there. Or Unsplash. All these places you can go and find pictures that are free and you can use, because I know a lot of them have like the watermark or the copyright thing, whatever. These don't. Some of these have paid and some of them are free. So most of these are free in here. So you're welcome. The photo has to be on Facebook. The dimensions have to be 12 by 630. Okay. Now this is something you don't really have to care about. You just come back and like revisit the training just to look at it. It's not something you're just going to be like, oh, I'm going to remember that. No, don't remember that. Just come back and look at it. Make sure it doesn't have text on the photo. Okay. One of the most important things that I've seen is that people just use like a billboard ad for a Facebook ad. And 10 times out of 10, it doesn't work. And they ask me, why doesn't it work? And I say, because it has so much text and it looks like an advertisement. On Facebook, people want to be social. They don't want to be sold. They want to be nurtured. You know what I'm saying? They want to be wined and dined, right? With your advertisement, you're wining them and dining them, so to speak. And that's why I'm teaching you these processes and systems, okay? So you can wine them and dine them ethically to give you money. Cool, right? Everybody say cool. It got a little quiet in here. Just speaking myself. Okay. Now, you got the headline. Okay, you know the headline? Frio. All right, cool. You got the headline. You got the image. You know where to get the image. Don't use it video yet. You know what the dimensions are. You know you don't want to be using text on the image if it's more than 20%. If you're like, well, I want to put some text on it because I've seen people have text on it. Here's a great resource. You can go in there and plug in your video or plug in your picture, and it will give you 20%. It'll show you if it's 20% or not. You know, just plug it in here, and it'll tell you if it's 20% or more. You know what I'm saying? If it's more than 20% of the picture, don't use it because it probably won't get approved on Facebook. So you have that also. So like I said, it's not something you want to go and remember. Don't try to remember this website. Just go remember that you have access to this thing, and you can go and revisit it anytime. Is that cool that I'm giving you guys all the deliverables that I use to go and create profitable ads? Is it cool? Marco says great tips. Ruth says yes with 2-3 S's. So I'm assuming that's like the girls that say yes. Love resources. Cool. Appreciate it, man. I want to make sure that you guys have everything you need to go out there and crush it on Facebook. All right. So you have the headline. You have the image. Next thing you need is the ad copy. Here is the one script that you can use for any and all of your ads to get people ready for what you're offering. Now, please understand that if you're doing something on Facebook, you can't just get them to buy right away if you don't know what's going on. Okay? You have to wine them and dine them, which means get them in as a lead, have that conversation with them, see if they want to buy what you have to sell, and then sell them or don't. Like that's that 4-step process we talked about. Awareness, lead, appointment, sell. Awareness, lead, appointment, sell. That's your 4-step process for everybody on this training. And people that are watching in the aftermath, that should be your training, your program as well, unless you sell some type of e-commerce thing, which this goes out of the scope of this training, right? This is one of the scripts that I use on all of my ads that I can tell you has made more money to more people than I could possibly imagine. The who, what, why, how script. Anytime, every time, everywhere I do, it always goes down to this script. Why? Because it hits the 4 triggers of people that have ever thought on anything, right? Who are you? Who are you talking to, right? What do you have, right? Why do I care? And how can I get it? Pretty simple, right? Very easy, right? The who, right? Who are you or who are they? Typically, I usually do a who are they? Attention teachers in the RGV. Very specific, right? Calls out as a very specific person. Are you an entrepreneur who wants more out of life? Some of you guys are probably nodding your head right now. Do you feel like you're on a hamster wheel? Keep turning the wheels and don't know what to do next. Are you wishing you could scale, but don't know how? Boom, I hooked you, right? That is a hook. That is a who hook, right? Who hook, like who hit. Life insurance agents looking to scale. If you're a life insurance agent, I promise you, if I put that ad in front of you, you would peek your ears up like a dog and see another dog in heat. You know what I'm saying? You pop your ears right up and be like, who's that? Life insurance agents looking to scale. If I say that in front of you, I promise you, ears will perk up, okay? You have to call out your audience. It's very simple. Who are they, right? Just call them out, right? Attention buyers in the RGB or sellers. Attention sellers, for sale, for sale by owner sellers, stuff like that. If you say that, I think we have a couple of real estate agents on here. I don't know if you're looking for buyers or sellers, but if you say attention sellers in the RGV, home buyer sellers or home sellers, I don't know exactly the verbiage. Use their verbiage, not mine. Use theirs, not yours. Use theirs. Okay. You're going to tell them who you are or who are they. Call them out. What are you selling, promoting, or offering? Okay. Have you planned for retirement? Staying on the retirement thing. Attention teachers of RGV. Hi, my name is Raul. and I'm a retirement specialist, teacher retirement specialist in the RGV, right? I'm doing a free consult for the next 15 teachers this week. Click here to schedule. What am I offering, right? I'm offering a free consult, and I'm a teacher retirement specialist. Very specific, again, very, very specific. Why should I care? If I'm a teacher looking at this, why the heck should I care if you're a retirement specialist? I don't care. What are you going to do for me? That's what people need to know. The reason why I'm doing this is very simple. You guys can literally copy this. You can literally write this out for yourself and just duplicate it for yourself. And I want to help teachers plan for retirement because I was once a teacher and I know how difficult it is for TRS things. So I devoted my whole business to helping teachers plan for retirement. So if you're interested in learning how you can save, protect, invest XYZ, then how can I get what you're offering? How can I get that booking that you're talking about? If you're looking to learn how to save money when you retire, click here or book a time on my calendar. We'll chat. Boom. How easy was that? I mean, let's be honest here. How easy was that script to deploy? And listen to how I said it. You can use this in a video, just like this. I'm gonna kind of go through a script real quick for you. Attention teachers in the RGV. Have you planned a retirement? Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm a teacher retirement specialist in the RGV, and I'm doing free consults for the next 15 teachers this week only. Click here to schedule. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I doing this, right? Well, it's very simple. I want to help teachers because I used to be a teacher, and I know how difficult this TRS thing is. So I devoted my whole business to helping teachers plan for retirement. So if you're interested in learning more about it, click here and schedule an appointment, and we'll sit down and have a chat. Very simple, right? It's a very simple framework that you can use that simple framework and you can use it for your own business, right? Attention, busy, attention busy parents, right? Or attention men looking to woo your wife, right? This is the roses. I know someone sells roses in here. Attention men looking to woo your wife. Do you wish that you could have, you have to get a little more in depth for this one. Do you wish you could, how do we do this one? See, this is where you have to kind of know their pain points. Like, so if I was going to get flowers, one of the things that I would want is to have like my wife be happy. Do you wish you can make your wife happy for no reason at all and just show up on a Tuesday for her to say, oh, tell all her friends, oh, he just did this on Tuesday. Do you ever wish that? Hi, my name is XYZ and I own XYZ business and we're doing a very special offer this week only. And if you're interested, click here right now. We'll schedule time and I'll set you up with the best flowers that we have in store. Very simple, right? Yeah, I know. I was like, I didn't know if I should have gone there. Attention, man. You want to please your wife? Oh man, I didn't think it was going to go there. All right, let's go past this script, but now you guys know the script. All right, now it's going to get into the how much should I spend on Facebook? How many of you guys like need to know? Like now you know how to create an ad from start to finish, okay? And now you need to know, okay, Dan, let's talk about the numbers, man, because that's what makes sense to me. Like just tell me I need to put $5 in and I'll get $10 out. That's what I need to know, right? Am I right? How many of you guys are with me? Need to know predictability in terms of ROI, return on investment, return on advertisement, XYZ. All right. Ooh, is everybody enjoying this so far? Okay, I'm not going to go on until you guys say very important. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. So how much should my budget on Facebook be? Now I'm going to ask for you guys to hop in here with me. We got about 5-10 minutes and we're actually really done. We're basically done. We just have like a couple more, 3 more slides and then we're done. Very simple, right? We're going to finish on time. And if you guys want to stick around for a little bit longer so I can answer some Q&A, that's totally fine. And I can help you out a little bit more. That's totally fine as well. How much should I spend on Facebook? The answer is it's not easy, but it's pretty simple. Okay. If you put $20 into Facebook, or let's make it more realistic. If you went to Las Vegas and you bet $20 and you got $40, How much would you put back if you knew that you were going to put $20 every single time and get $40 back with certainty? Everything, right? All you have. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Once you understand that if you know these numbers, your budget is basically limitless, and all you have to worry about is who can I get in place to help me deliver on these results? Who can I get in place to satisfy the clients? Who can I get in place to set the appointments? Who can I get in place? Those are the questions that you need to be asking, not how much should I spend? It becomes a question of how fast can I spend this? Am I right? How many of you guys would agree that that's like, whoa, if you spend $20 and get $20, how much do you spend? $20, right? You spend it again. And it again and again and again and again until it stops, right? You milk that cow until it doesn't produce any milk, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't see a return right away, this is a few things that could be wrong. Moo, yeah. He's like, moo. A few things that could be wrong. Number one, I didn't put this on here, but there's actually 4 things. You made a fast decision that you shouldn't have made the decision right away. You made an emotional decision rather than a rational, logical, scientific decision. Number 2, your offer sucks. Number 3, you didn't follow up, which, it happens, but if I didn't follow up with each and every one of you 5 different times, we wouldn't have as many people on this training, by the way. Okay. You didn't track anything. This is very important. If you didn't track what worked or what didn't work, you're playing that unpredictable game. And if I know exactly how much I can, or how many times I have to contact you to get your business, I'm going to beat and destroy every single person. Would you agree? If I know with certainty that I have to talk to someone 5 times, I'm going to talk to them 5 times. And the person that doesn't know that's doing the exact same thing, I'm going to crush them, because they are it's like that scenario where you see that picture where there's someone digging for gold, and then one's turns around right before the gold, and the other one digs to the end, and right past that little piece, he hits the gold. It's that same scenario, because I have certainty that there's gold at the end. That's what I want to give to you guys, right? So here's a good rule for killing advertisement. Because one thing, just like hiring, I think David would agree on his new training, the hiring right. It's not the person that you hire. It's the person that you forget or that you don't fire that causes the problem. It's not that your ad is the problem. It's spending too much on the wrong thing that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Who's with me? Say I. I feel like Tony Robbins. Say I. Oh, man. I went too. Okay. So let's analyze the data. Let's analyze the data, guys. Your KPIs. This is a business thing, and this is where you guys need to evolve to. Okay. This is very, very important. This is the Shark Tank numbers scenario. Kevin, what is his name? The Shark Tank guy. Whenever he gets on the thing, he's like, how much do you spend to get a customer? How much does a customer cost you? How much does it cost to deliver on the things? The numbers are more important to anybody, to anything, for everything. In business, numbers are the only thing that matter, right? It doesn't matter your feelings. It doesn't matter how much passion you have in it. It's the numbers. And I had to learn that the hard way, right? I had my emotions and everything, and then I started looking at numbers. And everybody in business that's been in business long enough can tell you numbers are more important than your feelings, right? Here's some key metrics to look for. All right. How many of you guys think this is cool? I didn't have this when I first started on Facebook. These are your key metrics to look for. ROI is king on everything in Facebook. Okay. If you're not getting an ROI, you either have to figure it out or you have to kill it and do something else, right? Your ROI has to be 1.0 or higher. Okay. And what I mean by that, you have to make at least your money back or more. If you make $1 more than you did yesterday, you should spend that thing until it dies. I kid you not. That is the way it needs to be. The only reason why you would stop is because you cannot fulfill. That's the only reason why you can't stop, that you should stop an advertisement that's making money, because you can't fulfill fast enough. That's the only reason. Number 2, the cost per click. These are, again, this goes back to your sales process and your system. If you didn't have one before, this is yours now. You need to look at your cost per click. How much did it cost me to get a person to click on it? And your cost per lead. How much did the lead cost me to get the lead? Cost per appointment. How much did it cost me to get this person to book an appointment? And then how much did it cost me to get this person to give me money? Okay. I put, so this is kind of like the metrics that I use, that we're using. Now this does change with your industry. This is why I said, I need to know what you guys are selling, because what you're selling might dictate the way you're selling it. Okay. So if you're selling something at $40, is there anything that you can add that can make it more valuable? Right? If you're selling roses that are $100, can you sell a dinner for two and partner with another company and sell it for $150, get a barter for that company and sell it for $200? See what I'm saying? Like, you increased the value, didn't decrease, it didn't have to decrease the price. Don't get yourself in a pricing war. Always see, how can I add more value than the person next to me? Don't say, how can I cut my prices? That's the race to the bottom. You don't want to do that. David did exactly what I'm talking about. He increased the value, and therefore his customers are now more valuable than his competitors. And therefore he's going to crush his competitors, because he figured out how to not lower the prices, but add more value at the end of it to increase the price. Okay. Kind of cool, right? That's what you need to evolve to if you haven't gotten there yet. Cost per click needs to be less than $3. If it's more than $3, it's not, your ad is not congruent. People, like, what I mean by that is, like, it doesn't make sense to people, or they know they can answer all the questions on the ad. So for example, if I put an ad that says, lose weight, ask me how, everybody on there is going to be like, oh, it's Herbalife. Because I can answer that with my head, I will not click, because I can already answer the question by myself. So I didn't click. So that's why the price goes up. Pretty cool, right? Now you know that. What dictates the price per click? Curiosity. The more curious, the more likely someone will click. Okay, cost per lead. How congruent is your message? Cost per lead should be less than $30. If it's more than $30 and you're following the frameworks that I'm talking about, you can kill the ad. Okay. If it's more than $30, kill the ad. Cost per appointment, less than $150. Again, this is industry specific. And I'm assuming here that you guys can make a customer worth to you at least $500 or at least $400. These are high numbers, by the way. Cost per sale, we typically never see anything about $350, but we're willing to spend $350 to get a customer, because guess what? Once they become a customer for us, it's all profit at the end of it, buddy. Okay? Cost per appointment, right? $150. Anything more than that, we are wasting money. Anything more than a $350, we're wasting money. Okay? When should I kill the ads? When the metrics go past the ones above. Just go back to these metrics. If they're not within these metrics, kill the ad, right? If it's costing you, here's another metric that you should understand. If it's costing you 2 times more than the sale price, okay? So let's say, for example, it's costing you $200 to get a customer that's worth only $100, kill the ad. You're going into a hole and you don't have investors to back you up, okay? Yeah. I know. It's crazy, right? These metrics. I know David's like, he's having a field day with KPIs. He's like, yes, KPIs all day. Get in there. Okay. And then when should you kill the ads? 48 hours have passed and you're still not generating leads or appointments. Trust me, don't stray from this one iota, because this is proven time and time again to work in multiple different industries. Like I said, I worked in at least 15 different verticals, right? And this is the same process. The only thing that differentiates one company from the next, how much this cost per sale or this cost per customer is worth to them. It's really all that changes, right? All right. Now, some of you might be questioning, what if my product or service is less than the numbers above? Well, what else can you add on so you can increase the value or price? Okay. And if you cannot use that, if you cannot use an immediate sale, right? Like some of you might be saying, well, my product's only $30, but they pay me $30 a month for a year. Or it's $10 to work with me, but it's $10 to work with me for the year and they stay with me for the whole year. So that's $120. So you use those numbers, right? The cost per sale has to be less than 120. Once you know that, like I said, I don't really curse, but if you can have some brass in your pants, if you know what I'm saying, when you understand these numbers. Okay. Number 4, disregard all the numbers above if ROI makes sense for your business. Meaning, if you go above $30 a lead and you're selling a $15,000 product, like one of you in the training, heck, I would spend $10,000 if I knew that one lead would turn into one sale. That's what you have to know. You have to know these numbers. And the faster, the quicker you learn these numbers, the more solid your business would be. I can tell you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, if I ask David, how much does it cost you to get a customer? He knows immediately how much it costs. Anything above that, it starts to become unprofitable and you have to kill it. Okay. Or you have to look at something else. That's what the Shark Tank people want to know. That's what your business needs to know. That's what everybody needs to know. Okay. Now here's some rules to the game. We're about to be done. Don't make quick decisions on ads. Do not make any quick decisions. Let the ads run for at least 4 days to optimize, even if you're losing money. Come back to these rules every single time when you're like, dude, I don't know what to do with ads. Come back to this every single time. Okay. Rule number 2, always start ads a day after between 3 and 4 a.m. The reason, because it will allow for your ad to run all day and make the budget worth it. Okay. So some of you set up the ad tonight and you're going to run it tonight and it's going to spend, let's just say you spend the $100 or $50. It's going to spend it at the witching hour at 12 a.m. and it's not going to be able to optimize all day. So that's why I say the day after. So set it up for tomorrow. Set it up to run from like 3 to the next day or to the next day or to the next day. And like, so for example, set it up on Monday, set it to start on Tuesday or Wednesday at 3 a.m. Okay. These are rules. Now rules can be broken, but try not to break these at first. Once you guys get real good and start to scale, you come back and be like, Dan, how do I scale this stuff fast? Then we can break some rules. But as of right now, don't break any of these rules. Do not turn off ads because it costs more than you thought initially. At first, you guys are going to suck at making ads, and that's totally fine. Stick with it because it's going to work. Okay. Your first ads out of the gate will suck and most likely cost you money. Oh, I just said that. Kind of cool. Rule number 3 and number 4. I should have put rule number 4. Look to number 3. Okay. Don't stress. It's business. Put it on a credit card. Give it 15 days. Pay it off when you get the money. Okay. Oh, rule number 5. Put up the money you're okay with losing with no remorse. This is very important. Whenever David's like, dude, we should spend some money on this thing, I go, okay, well, how much are you okay with losing? It's like, okay, well, I'm okay with losing with this much. Okay, cool. Whenever I ask any other business, I'm like, hey, how much are you okay with losing? And they're like, what do you mean? What am I okay with losing? I'm like, how much are you comfortable spending knowing that you won't get any result? Well, I'll test with $200. Well, I can tell you you're probably not going to get any results. It's a very simple thing, right? Put whatever you feel that you can say, you know what, man, this is marketing money. If it doesn't come back, that's fine. But I want it to come back and I'm going to use these principles that Daniel gave me. Be emotionless, okay, about this. This is very strategic. This is very scientific stuff. Again, you don't have to be a scientist to do this stuff. It just follow, like, you make a cake, you have to follow the recipe. That's it. Rule number 6, never trust only one ad or one advertisement to save you. Always test, okay? If your offer sucks, if these things are sucking, go back and review. Go back here and then look back and be like, oh, shoot, this training makes sense again. Now it makes sense. Make sure you know who you're trying to reach. This is very important. Who is your ad trying to reach? Because there's nothing more important than knowing who you're going to reach and what problem they're looking to solve. The business that services everyone helps no one. Okay, unless you're Amazon or Walmart, which you aren't. So you have to be very narrow about who you're helping and what you're helping them accomplish. If you are invested in Walmart or Amazon and you're one of the stakeholders, you can get off this training because you're probably making a lot more than me and anybody on this training. But if you're not, make sure you know these things. Okay, cool. So what's next? This is literally my secret sauce, guys, to make sure that ads work. It's a little more specific than more trainings, but I believe if there's one thing you have to understand, it's profitable paid ads. Knowing exactly how much a customer is worth and how much it will take to get one is the number one most important thing in your business right now. Shark Tank, the number one thing they always ask is, how much does it cost you to acquire a customer? Okay, now you know without a shadow of a doubt how it's done. Honestly, guys, if you feel that this can honestly open you up to some huge opportunities to grow and scale your business, please shoot us a comment inside the group right here. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it in the link below. I want you guys to go right now and just bombard the group and just give us some like great testimony. Only if you loved it. If you didn't, that's totally fine. You guys can tell me what you didn't like about it so I can go from here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this meeting, I want you to go right now. I'm going to give you, all right, I'm going to give you the link and I want you guys to go right now and go just bombard the group with some good feedback. Okay. Only if you loved it. If you didn't, and you're like, dude, I already know all this stuff, then you don't have to do anything. It's totally fine. I want authenticity. So just a show of hands, how many of you guys have enjoyed everything that we talked about today? Show of hands. Go for it. Go for it. Sam, cool. I'm going to give you guys the link. I want you guys to come bombard the Facebook group and why everybody should join this training. Why everyone has to join this training. Great. Jay, enjoyed it. Very concise, amazing, good content. Good deal. All right. So we're basically done. I'm going to answer some specific questions. If you guys have to go, you can go. If you need to stick on, if you want to stick around and answer some questions, that's totally fine. I want to cover two things if you guys are going to stick around. Number one, I want to talk about the numbers and how to identify these Google spreadsheets that I'm going to give you. Remember I was telling you about how to identify these numbers right here? Well, I want to walk through them with you if you have time. If you don't, that's totally fine. You can go watch the replay. But if you're on here and you want to stick around to watch that, you can stick around, okay? But before you do, I do want you to go over there and just bombard the Facebook page and just be like, dude, this was so good, or whatever you want to say, okay? And I'm going to walk through some of these numbers so you can see. And then I'm going to do one ninja hack for you guys so you guys can make all of this stuff even easier. It's a ninja hack that not many people know about. In fact, I taught one person. He's like, oh, man, this is crazy. How many of you guys want to see that? Who's ready for the after party? Okay. Who's down for the after party? Let's do this. Like I said, if you have to go, totally fine. Go for it. I wanted to stick to your time. We went a little bit late, but 100%, I want to show you guys two quick things. Number one, I want to show you guys the sheet that I'm going to give you. Again, it is the sheet. I'll put in the link right here. But I want you guys to go and bombard the Facebook page. I haven't seen anybody post yet. I need you guys to go and post and be like, dude, this training is crazy. I'm not going to go on until I see you guys just go bombard that thing. See why everybody should join the training and why they missed out. What did I send? Yep. Go bombard it. Kill it. Go kill it. We're going to start. We're going to start this the after party training. Again, this is recorded, so this part will be probably edited or whatever, but I want to share this with you guys, okay? Oh, everybody's still on? What the heck? I guess everybody wants to see these numbers then, huh? The freak? You guys are awesome. Was this well worth the investment or what? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Was this well worth the investment that you guys paid? Okay, so we are going to use an example, right? Dang, Daddy, you guys are tearing it. Dang, who jumped in? We got some new people in already. Okay. All right. You guys are crushing it right now. Dang. Oh, I sent you the, yeah. Here's a hack, by the way. Nah, I won't tell you guys till after. Say why people should join it, though. Say why people should join it. Why they're missing out. Okay. So, okay, let's go into it. Okay. So let's assume I'm going to use some of y'all's business. So post right now. What's your business right now? Daniel, I came a little late to the training. Not sure if you covered how to get more likes on the Facebook page. Totally fine. Jay Lozano, I would like for you to go watch the replay training. Because I talked about likes on the page. Totally fine. I'm not going to cover it right now because I still have a little more things that I want to cover. Whoever is unmuted, can you mute yourself real quick? Okay, Esther. Okay, I'll cover it. CBD. All right, great. So, Brian. Okay, so let's do this then. Oh, yeah. Jim did exactly what I needed him to do. Yeah, go post in the group. I'm sorry I sent you the link to the exact post, but I would like for you to post in the group so it shows like that. Check this out. It shows like this. I'm showing you guys what's happening, by the way. I want the Facebook group to look like this. Boom, boom, boom. It's created like that. Boom. And everybody's like, what is this? What is this group thing? Right? I want that intrigue to be real high for those people that missed out. I'm giving you guys insight that most people won't ever know. You're learning marketing at a level that's probably higher than anybody can talk about. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Okay, so your average sale, Brian, is approximately $50, right? We're gonna assume it's $50, right? So lifetime. Now you're gonna have to go and create the ad itself. But I want you to use some of these metrics, and you can play with these metrics and just look back at them and be like, oh, this is what I use. Okay. So let's assume that they buy from you and they buy from you every month or for 3 months. I even put attrition and retention on there too. So attrition is customers lost and retention is customers kept. So I already highlighted the numbers that you need to change. So you'll know without a shadow of a doubt, you know, how many people did I lose over 3 months? I mean, over 12 months, over a year, whatever. How much did I retain? You know, those numbers are very important too. So $50, let's assume that your lifetime value is, let's say 6 times 5 is $300. So we're going to assume it's $300. Okay. And I'm just going to, you don't have to change this number right here. This color. So we're going to assume that you spend money on Facebook and you're going to spend $1,000, right? I'm going to tell Brian, hey, Brian, you're okay with losing $1,000? And you're going to say, yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to say that we're going to go on the higher end. Again, these are just metrics that I want to make sure I'm staying within. Conversion rate, you know, you want to know the conversion rate is important, but not really. Leads. Okay. So you notice the ones that I'm changing. I'm changing the ones in red, just so you guys know. If you want me to do numbers for yours as well, just throw them down in the comments or throw them down in the chat so I can do them. Okay. Leads is, so we're going to assume out of this that you converted at 20%. So we just have to mess with the numbers. Of course, the real numbers, when they come back, when the real numbers come in, you'll be able to identify faster, but we're just kind of giving some like projections. Because I know a lot of you guys work in the Liberty business, so you guys work on a lot of projections and whatnot. So anything above 10% is really good. Anything below 10% in the local market sucks. You need to change something if your conversion rates are low. Okay, so application. So your application rate is never going to be 150%. So assume that. It all goes down. This is called a funnel, by the way. Okay, your percentages will go down. Typically, the people in your pipeline will go down. Spend 1,000, 500 here clicks, you'll get 50 leads, you'll get probably 16 applications. Now, these percentages will go up and down, you just have to kind of find some variant. You have to find what the numbers look like to you. Okay, you're gonna have to just play with this. It's not something you could just kind of do instead of watching TV. It's just play with it. I love just messing with these numbers every now and then, just so I can look at them. So applications, of those applications, how many actually showed up? In the local market, you can expect somewhere like probably a little bit less than 60%, about 60%. So let's just mess with the number here. Say 10 people out of 16. So about 63%. And out of those, you will close, if let's just assume you suck, you'll close 3. Okay. So, okay. So now we know your numbers, right? Cost per lead was $20. Okay. Cost per application was $60. Cost per acquisition was $330. Now, you see, on $1,000, you lost money, right? You lost $800, which, I mean, it kind of sucks, but here's what's cool. You got 47 leads month 1, right? Which means month 2, you have 47 prospects that you can talk to that can get all your money back if you needed to. Okay. And this is why I say, like, if you can add money here somewhere, if you can add value or price here somewhere, you want to do it. So if you're selling CBD, what do they need with CBD? They need to know, this will be a great question for your audience. Hey, what other things do you guys take with CBD? Do you take it for pain? Oh, here's the best pain medicines that go together with CBD, right? Or do you use it for sleep? Here are the top 10 sleep habits that high performers use to go to sleep with CBD. You give that on top, add $37 to it as an upsell, or add it as $37 extra, and you just boosted this $50 to $87, or my math might be off, $87, and you just added more money there. Okay. Your question shouldn't be, how should I sell this? It should be, how can I add more value to this thing so that I can spend whatever money I want to get as many people as I can? Does that make sense? What can I add in the front so that this makes sense? You know, can you do a training on CBD? Why did you get into CBD in the first place? Can you do a $27 training for your friends and family, $20, and then use that money and go deposit into Facebook so you lose none of your own? Are you guys starting to get these things? What I'm picking up what I'm putting down here? All right, just comment yes if you're still here. And again, the numbers that you should change are this thing right here. Got it. Tana. Okay, cool. Aaron. So let's address Aaron's real quick. Aaron, I know that yours is like, let's say your average sells like $300, I think. Let's assume it's $300, right? I know these numbers. So the cost per click was anywhere, yeah, somewhere right there. So these are actually probably closer to the numbers where you're at. The sale application, I think the application on an appointment like this was a little bit higher. And then this might have been a little bit higher, if I'm not mistaken. So just right there, look at that. If you close, okay, if you're at a 10% closing rate, you get these numbers right here, spend $1,000 and you close 5 people at $300, Aaron. Look at that. You spend $1,000, you close 5 people. Guess what happens? Aaron gets $1,500 cash flow immediately. Okay. Now the lifetime of that customer might be $1,200. Okay. I don't know, but these are the most important numbers. All right. Now I know I can spend $20. Anything more than $20 per lead, I'm losing money. Anything more than $50 per application, I'm losing money. And the application thing is dictated by you. So the faster you can get to the lead, the more likely you are to get more applications. So if you increase the applications, the price goes down, right? Simple math. So you see, you didn't change anything else, just how fast how many more leads you got to set appointments, and you decreased how much it costs you to get an application. and therefore you can spend more money. It's just a game of like inches now. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of inches. And the faster you go, you know, once you figure these things out, it's just it's just how fast can you pump? Isn't that crazy? How fast can you pump this thing? The thing that you guys are going to face is how do I deliver on these things, you know? And that's not a training I'm going to do today, but if you guys just follow this and you just follow those frameworks I talked about, I mean, it's not very, you know, it's not very difficult, is it? You know? Okay. And then how long should I spend creating Facebook ads? Up front, it's going to take you a little while since you're learning the ropes. Should take you about 5 hours at least the first time. If it's taking you longer than that every single day or every single month, you have a sales process problem. Not a problem with the specific ads or the creation of it. You have a problem with your process. It's not necessarily the creations of it. You can do monthly or weekly. It just depends on how fast you want to figure out the data. Like, it's just, how fast do I want to figure out how much I'm going to be willing to spend? Are you willing to spend $1,000 for the week and figure out, like, you know, I need to make money now. Boom. Or I have a budget. I have to stay within $1,000 per month. Next month, I'll get the $1,000 back. You know, things like that have to come into play for you guys. Or whatever business you have. Everybody has a budget right now until we figure out, like, what's that process look like? You know, how can we dial in things? You know, it's just the games. It's just a numbers game, figuring these things out. Is $1 a day worth it? Nope. Unless you're just creating the ad just to kind of have people sitting on your page, which I typically have like $1 a day just to kind of have, just so that Facebook knows that I'm willing to spend money. Because the next thing you'll face is getting your account shut down. And that's a whole different training that I don't want to cover today. The easiest way to create an ad that's worth the time and the money, simple, figure out how much a customer is worth to you and how much you're willing to spend. Okay, so $20 a day. Yep. $20 a day is perfect. Can you guys still see me? Yes, no, maybe so. Can everybody still see me? Just comment. Okay, cool. So make attention grabbing ads, talk to the pain points. You just talk to the pain points and their desires, right? Example, if you're an entrepreneur, I know that you're struggling to get out of the day-to-day stuff that you feel monotonous and you don't want to do. So I'll ask you, right, on an ad, I'll say, hey, do you feel like you're on a hamster wheel doing the same thing every day and barely moving forward while everyone is flying past you? Great. I have a solution for that symptom. That's how well I know my customers, right? Because I know their problems, I know the solutions to the problems, and I can deliver it to them. Okay? So you guys have that. Brian, no. No, what? I'm sorry. Okay. So, all right. Okay, specific questions. Okay, so I know that one of the criteria is that we gear out our ads and focus on certain groups. 90% of my clients speak Spanish. Is there a way for me to gear my ads towards the same kind of clients we already take care of? Great question. Yes, in the targeting section on the ad set level. Also, it's probably best you get a list of your previous customers' emails, upload them into Facebook. This is called lookalike audience, creating a lookalike audience. You can Google how to do that. It's very simple. If you Google it, I do it all the time. Okay, size of content. I usually get stuck on my ad creations because the content's too big, has too many words. Is there some way to avoid that? It's not the words that's the problem. It's the way that it's presented is the problem. That's what I would say to that. Okay. I see a lot of you guys on, but not many of you guys engaging. Let me know if you're on and you can hear me okay. I see a lot of people on, but I don't know. Not many people are engaging. I just need to know if you guys are on here. Just fine. Great. Okay. Most important, lead generation. How do I get viable leads? Like people who are honestly ready to buy our products. The answer is through good marketing and systems. You'll be able to shift through good leads and bad leads. The more barriers someone has to go through to get to you, the better quality they are. If someone sat through this whole presentation right now, like you guys are right now, the more qualified you are to work with me than if someone didn't buy it at all, right? At the end of the day, it's a numbers game. But marketing in your message greatly influences who comes through your doors or not. Very important. Okay, so we have asked our Liberty page, but I don't have access to our Freedom page. How do we get access to create guesswork? I guess, how would I be most suited way to make it work for both companies or entity pages, but I'm not sure why I'm trying to create a new page or ask for permission. You know, you can use whichever one. Google how to get permission from a Facebook page or how to create a Facebook page. I know when Liberty didn't let David, he had to, you know, make Freedom pages. So, I mean, you could just make pages. It's not like someone's going to tell you something for creating a page. And if they do, you just make another one. You know, it's just FIDO approach. You just forget it and drive on. My goal is to create and run ads that don't create a rocket science to do, very effective and generate viable leads that are cost effective and worth my time. Because I'm a firm believer, I want to do it right or not at all. Well, here's what's awesome. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this. You just have to follow a process. And kind of contradicting, because contradicted to scientists like effective, cost-effective things that are worth their time and effort. Okay, so if you want to create and run ads, it's merely a science, and it takes a bit of adding and subtracting. Other than that, not much skill is required, which is cool. Okay, pretty much answered all of them. Did I cover all of y'all's questions? Do you have any specific questions for me? I try to answer as many questions as I had that you guys gave me. And do you have any questions? How many of you guys would like to just like shortcut the whole thing right now? How many of you guys would like to shortcut everything that I just told you right now and be like, dude, just show me, can you show me like what everybody else is doing so that I can just copy what they're doing? How many of you guys would like to see how to do that? Let me know. Tana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, heck yeah. All right. Throw me down your biggest competitor right now. Throw me down your biggest competitor. Show us the money. What's up? On the ad set, you supposed to create 3 or 4 ads of the same objective. 5, I say a minimum of 5. The only thing that changes, Marco, the only thing that changes is the audience. So if I put male for one, I'll put female for the other. Same age groups, same targeting, same everything. I'll just put 20 to 40, 40 to 50, and then I'll just let it run, see which one works. That's it. Literally all I do. I don't change the objective. I don't change the targeting. Well, I do change the targeting, but very little. I don't change the ads. I just change like 1 or 2 things. But change the picture. Okay, you can change the picture, but like I said in the training, your picture is great, but it's typically a headline you want to test. If you're testing creatives, test headlines. Headlines, just test headlines, and sometimes they'll do best because headlines is 80%. Like the reason why you guys are here is because I gave you an irresistible headline that like you couldn't resist. And I was like, ooh, because I know what you guys want. So let's take a look. Show me, how about location? Again, 15 miles. All that was covered, Marco. 15-mile radius, less than 15-mile radius. Less than 15-mile radius. It's in here, though, for sure. Where is it? Does anybody know? Oh, here it is. Target less than 15-mile radius. There you go. I know, but can you change the city to, let's say, yep, you can change the city. You can put one for San Benito. You can put one for Harlingen. You can put one for Brownsville. You can put one for San Antonio. Like whatever you want to do. I would just stay within 15-mile radius of where you can connect with them, at least if it's local. If it's not local, then obviously it's a different process, but that's not what I'm covering. You shared some headlines, but What would you say is the most important factor when structuring writing an ad so it can be effective? The hook, the offer, the hook, the story, and the offer. That's the most important things that you need to understand. You have to hook them, okay? Well, you have to hook them, right? Then you have to give them the context for the hook, and then you have to give them an offer to take action on the context that you gave, right? Not good at that. Well, a great thing is, Brian, is that you don't have to be really good at it. You just go here and get whatever headline formula and then just copy it. See whichever one you like and then use it. Again, Facebook is a lot. It's all about testing. But yeah. Take a look at your competitors. Yeah. So let's take a look at competitor, right? Thank you for the headline formulas. Okay, so tell me one of y'all's competitors right now that you know is spending money on Facebook. Well, I'll send it into the Facebook group. Anybody, post your competitor right now on Facebook. Who's your competitor? Well, you know what? I'll just make it easy. Let's just address Lady Boss, since I talked about her earlier. She did what they did 35 million last year or something. I don't have one as of now. Well, Brian, if you don't have one, you need to find one, because if you don't have a competitor, that is not a good sign for money. You need to know that there's competitors in your industry. That means that there's money. Why do people go there? You know what I'm saying? Because there's money. Why do people flock to CBD? It's because there's money in the industry. So there's competitors. You have to figure them out, though. Okay. So let's talk about, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be anybody that you know. Actually, you can just do this. Check this out. I'm going to show you exactly. Yeah, right. Ohio CBD. Let's see what comes up. All right. And so we'll just look for page. Look at this. CBD Central Ohio. See if there, you see, it's very simple. It's like if you Google stuff, you find it. You know what I'm saying? But on Facebook, you just find it. Look, I already found CBD of Central Ohio. I don't know if that's yours, but so what you did, I just go to the top, search for whatever the keyword is. And then I go and see, I just go see if they're doing anything. Nope, they're not doing anything. So go back and search. It takes a little bit of studying, but you want to know your competitors so you can throw rocks at them, you know, so to speak. Like you know, when Apple was coming out against, who are they coming out against? IBM or whatever. They were throwing rocks at them. They were like, well, this sucks. Southeast Ohio. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters too much. Ohio CBD. Or your ad could be this. Brand new law allows for this product. You have to be very careful with CBD though, because you'll get shut down immediately. Okay, brand new, or just go to a group and say, you know, here's a CBD lifestyle, holistic. If they're good, they have it masked. Look at this one right here. This one right here, look at this one. Holistic healthy living. They probably have ads running. So if you guys want me to check on some of your competitors, just post them in here right now. So I'm trying to give you guys what you guys can do right now. Nope, not running ads. Okay. So they're probably Google, you know. They have a CTA, you know, call to action. Yep. So, okay. You can tell, look at the likes they have. They're probably doing something, or they probably did something in the past. Look at this, Ohio Valley CBD. Shop now. Yeah, but that's not an ad. They just created it actually, August 9th. Okay, so Ohio, instead of doing that, you can do this on your own time, but I'm going to show you guys how to find what your competitors are promoting. Right? And then you just go knock it off, or go see ethically borrow what they're using. Very simple. It's not school. You're not going to be in trouble for seeing what other people are doing. Okay, so check this out. I'm looking at all the ads that she's running. So if I wanted to get into her market, guess what? I just go and do what she's doing. And you're probably wondering, well, which one's actually working? Great question, guys. You go and look at the ones that, look at how many ads she's running, 1,500 different ads. No comps running ads. Okay, active ads, check this out. Okay, so how to know if your competitors are making money? You go in here, if they're running ads on Facebook, and then we go down and we just look at how long the ad has been running. That's it. Okay, so start in September. She runs so many ads though. This is how she blew up her business to over $30 million a year by using this. So, yeah, there you go. There you go, guys. This is exactly how to do it. You just go in here and just look at what they're doing. The longer the ad has been running, the more likely it is for success. Understand that, because if you're spending money on Facebook, knowing what I know and knowing what you know now about spending money on something that doesn't work, you got to trim the fat immediately. And if they are still running the ad, it means it's working. Okay. Or they have investors, which I know for sure she doesn't have an investor. So, senior get sales. Okay. So, this is a business, I'm assuming. All right. And then you just go look at what they got going on. So they got ads going on. So it's great. You get to see what they're promoting and why what the ad is saying. Is this valuable or what, guys? Like, be honest with me. Is this pretty cool? I know when I learned about it, I was like, oh, dang, I don't have to do anything no more. So you just figure out which one has been running the longest. The bomb, right? Figure out which one's been running the longest. So I know that these guys are running a ton of money onto it because they're doing like campaigns. So they have some people that are either spending a lot of money or they don't know what the heck's going on. They either got a lot of investors dumping a lot of money and they don't know what the heck's going on, and they're losing money and they don't know it. Yeah, they don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. And this is, so I just go here and I just go check and see what they're doing, how they lead me into their process, how they lead me into their, so UTM, this is a source. This is how to find out where you are coming from. UTM strands. This is way beyond the scope of the practice, but this is how I know, this is how they know where I came from. This right here. And this is how they can retarget me based on this thing right here. They'll go into Facebook and they'll say, find me everybody that looked at my brand awareness ad and go give them this thing. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I gave you guys everything that I gave you everything that I got, guys. I'm telling you, it's not anything special. I'm just showing you guys what I got. And again, if you enjoyed this training, let us know. Let us know so that we can do better trainings, more trainings, and continue to over deliver for you. All right. All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. I gotta hop off here because my girl is probably gonna kill me.